east of all of this.
Yeah.
And so it's very, very smoky. The sun is very red and,
Right.
strange.
Yes. Surreal.
Yeah, exactly. Surreal.
Yeah.
Red.
Yes. Angry. The angry sun, we'd say. Yes.
Anyway, no, and they just did an update.
Take it from here. So this is Lou Martin, and I'm with my dear friend Brenda Garcia, and here we are. Today is the 11th of October 2017, and Brenda has quite graciously and spontaneously allowed me to talk her into doing a video here. So we're just going to wing it. Is that right, Brenda?
That's right. We're just catching up. We haven't chatted for a while. You've been away, I've been away, and so we're taking the temperature, so to speak, of Mother Earth and humanity together.
Right.
And for those that don't know, by the way, Lou and I have quite a history together. Anyway, I began my deep healing with Lou as a wonderful guide, teacher, and friend.
Thank you, dear.
So, yeah, we tend to, we will, I think, have always and will continue to come together and move apart to do our work. Come together and move apart to do our work.
Yeah.
Those of you, by the way, who don't know, have not read or connected with Lou's ebook, The Invitation, that was a beautiful co-creation.
Yes. My editor-in-chief right here.
And I recommend it.
Thank you. I'm actually starting to work on the next volume. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, maybe I can update you about that after we get through here. That'd be great as well.
Super.
Yeah. And can I just say, you're also now, you've really stepped into your power, my dear friend. As my guide said, you were getting ready to, and you've really done that. You've got you've been doing some great channeling, wonderful, incredible writing and channeling, and extraordinary imagery to go along with it. And you've got a nice little following on Facebook as well. So, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy to step out of that comfort zone of not being noticed, and
yes,
and we change. We are changing so much so quickly that we often wake up and say, "Who am I today?"
Right.
So to share and be openly vulnerable with that, who am I today, when we don't truly, we don't even know.
Sure.
So,
right.
Attaboys, attagirls out there, peeps.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Right. Well, and can we come back to what we were chatting about a minute ago, about the fires and the earth changes and the crises and people needing to help each other, and your own personal take on any of that?
It's a difficult subject. We both agreed. It's a difficult subject to broach from a spiritual perspective when so many are materially affected by these earth happenings.
Right.
Mother Earth is a live, breathing being.
Yes.
And she's carried eons of ancient wounds of her own as well as humanity's and the whole cosmos. And now, and we've been warned about this for a very long time.
Right.
And it's in our face, guys.
Yeah.
She's saying, with or without you,
right.
I'm shaking it off.
Right.
Now, it's not easy. It's not easy to look at things from that perspective because, as I said, people are losing life, limb, and home. And many of us that stepped onto this path long time ago, we pretty much did the same thing. We did it maybe over slower periods of time, but over the long haul, we found out I'm not my house, I'm not my stuff, I'm not my kids, I'm not my job, that's not who I am. And going through it is like so hard, so painful.
Yeah, it's a bit of a death, isn't it?
Yet, many deaths,
right.
many deaths.
Right.
And with the death, though, does come rebirth each time.
Yeah.
If we're doing our work, if we're present, if we're saying, "Who am I?
Right.
Who am I really?"
Right.
And we do come to that place of great compassion and gratitude for the self.
Yeah.
Whose only desire is really experience.
Yeah, brilliant.
The experience.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, Hun, can I just invite you to share some of your work with the animals, which is such a great grounding, which so few people I think know about you, and it's one of the things that gives you such a great voice for Mother Earth. Would you like to talk about any of that?
Well, I've always worked with the animals, not in a knowing way. In about 2006, when I retired from all of the chasing after stuff, it was like, what do I really love? And they came to me.
Right.
And as they always did throughout my whole life.
Yeah.
But my other source of income became taking care of other people's animals while they traveled, and it brought me into a consciousness of a certain people who recognize I don't want to take my animals to a kennel or the normal way that people took care of their animals when they couldn't be there.
Sure.
And so I go into the people's and the animals' homes, and I take care of them there. There, they still miss their people, but I keep them busy. We talk, we play. They really don't miss their people.
Right.
And that's my intention.
Yeah.
And to always, I'm talking, and they're always communicating with me.
Right.
You'll see my posts. A lot of animal posts. Those are the ones that are inspiring me that day.
Sure.
Because that is what they do. The birds inspire me, the horses, the dogs, the kitty cats, the frogs, the lizards, all of them.
Yeah.
They inspire me. And recently, I will share briefly, because I don't know a whole lot about it yet. Okay. I've had a mantis being interacting with me, and I've been like, well, I work so closely with the kingdoms, and it was beautiful. I feel like this mantis, there's this light I become, but it's such a soft, feminine energy. Right. And it's not it doesn't feel extraterrestrial. It's extra dimensional.
Yes, well,
if that makes sense.
Of course, it makes perfect sense. Yeah.
And so I'm having those kind of other experiences that are showing me that, there are these aspects of myself that are now moving closer as the high self becomes unified. We have all of these aspects. And once we do our shadow work and really start embracing those parts that have scared us, that we don't want to be, that we don't want to acknowledge, that those aspects could be a part of us. Oh no, that's not me.
Right.
Well, it is.
Right.
Well, it is.
Sure. Brilliant.
Love.
Yeah.
And what happens then is, in my experience, is that those aspects then healed and knowing they are loved are transformed and released. They truly are. We let them go, and then those other parts of ourself have room to come in and explore. They get curious and and want to know more also. So this is a two-way thing.
Sure. Beautiful.
And it's very difficult to articulate.
No, you're doing a good job. What I was, and thanks for sharing all that. But what I was thinking also is if you could talk a little bit about your experience with the wolves, because that's pretty extraordinary.
The wolves came into my life, in the late, early 90s. I adopted a white wolf named Kodiak,
Right.
but he became Cody. Cody was such a wonderful, wonderful teacher. I had always had dogs and been very close with dogs in my life, but he was such a wisdom. So much wisdom, and he's still with me every day, as is wolf hybrids,
right?
Cody and Nikki, the white one and the dark one, the light and the dark, which is all very interesting to me also.
Right.
And I've been shown at different times in the past few years that I had this life as a priestess, and the wolves were the white one and the dark one were teachers and guides for me in those ancient times of Egypt, where I was counselor actually to Ramses the Great.
Okay.
With my and work with Thoth. I'm working more closely with Thoth and Metatron these days. Develops, and the guides come in and they're always saying, "Soon, not now. Be now. Be now. Be now." Teaching me to really flow, be that energetic flow, be present now. Let everything develop as it does so beautifully if we just get out of the way. It's hard.
Yes, sure.
But the human wants to know, the human wants to understand, but our brains can't do that yet.
Right.
We're getting
there. Right.
We're getting there.
Right.
So patience and love and nurturing for the self and the body, and presence constantly.
Right.
I find, because this is my work, my animals,
right,
and my work. This is my life.
Yeah.
I did all the rest of it,
sure.
And when things start, I have to say there are times. Many of us say, this is so hard. I just want to go home. And we're creating a new home.
I'm for that. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
So the things that are in our face, the things that we see out in the world, I've gotten very good. My teachers have really been very clear with, okay, so you know enough about that. You don't need to know any more about that.
Yeah.
What's going to take its place, though? How are we going to clean this up? Everybody wants to be saved.
Sure.
We're saving ourselves.
Exactly.
We'd like to just, sometimes, I hear people, I just want the ships to come and pick me up. I've been there. I just want the ships to come and pick me up.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to clean up the mess?
Right.
We
No.
are.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Good.
We are.
Right. Oh no, I quite agree. I quite agree. Well, yeah, Sweetie, it's great to reconnect. Do you want? I just want to give you space here for anything else you want to talk about or share, and then I definitely want to dialogue with you with my guides here and in this powerful time. See what the two of us will create with our guides here.
Well, I'd like to hear a little bit of your side of it. What's going on with you?
Sure. Well,
I see that your morning prayers and the things that you're doing, and of course Spirit Talk. Your work is wonderful, Lou. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. Very grateful to hear that, and wonderful to reconnect, my dear friend. It's a joy. Yeah, I mean, like yourself, I feel really privileged, and I hope I take it more seriously and more. I have more respect for it with each passing day because, like you're saying, it's gone from since the eclipse. Clearly, that was the big shift, and it just took a while for it to kick in, but it is kicked in big time now. And that was a massive download for me the day of the eclipse and during the eclipse. Yeah. And for about a week, I didn't know what planet I was on. And then all these natural and man-made disasters, catastrophes, cries for help from humanity and planet Earth have started to light up the board, as we might say. So, it's and yet, of course, life is still a precious, sacred gift, and each day is full of opportunities to love ourselves, to love each other. So it's, as my guides say, it's having a foot in each world, and doing my little best here to maintain that balance. And when these big events are happening, to direct energy towards the people that are involved, and hopefully to continue to learn how to be more joyously responsible, for my part in co-creating whatever is unfolding. But this is lovely timing for me to chat here with you about all this today, because, as I said, I finally got my little space and all my tools and magic wands where I want them. So I'm going, okay, thank you. So yeah, I'm very hopeful. I really am, and I'm very inspired and excited because I do feel that as the saying goes, crisis is danger and opportunity. So the opportunity that's coming for all of us is that there's greater freedom to think outside the box now, and hopefully to go a bit deeper into our own connection to spirit. Like you're saying, I was sharing with you this morning during the morning prayers, I had some, big energy shift going on there for a little while, and it was like, wow, yeah, I'm excited, and it's full on and flat out, as we might say. But at the same time, like yourself, I feel very privileged, honestly, that my own personal life is manageable and generally comfortable, and mostly what I would like it to be. So I'm grateful for that as well.
Wonderful. Yeah, there's much to be grateful for. I think the main thing, not just for me, I feel it very strongly for all of us, especially all of us really on this path and looking around us at what is happening in the world. We're ramping up again now for another shift, and I don't know if it's going to be in October or December, but another one before the end of the year. And these things usually do align with the equinoxes and solstices.
Yeah.
So, and then, with each new moon, full moon, and depending on where the planets are, because we're being assisted by the cosmos.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
And so the outside world, yes, we have to live in it. We are living in it.
Yeah.
But we really need to learn to pull our energy back from it, because there's a lot of deep programming that we're trying to disconnect from. It can't be done as long as we're Fox News and CNN in it.
Sure. No, that's quite true.
Yeah, I mean, they beat us over the head with a 2x4, and then they do it again.
Yeah.
The next 20 minutes later, they do it again.
Sure.
So there has to be, I just took 2.5 weeks, and I'm already pretty much disconnected from that by choice.
Right.
I mean, I know what's going on in the world, period. I don't need to know the details.
Right.
Mostly.
Sure.
I don't need to know all of the conjecture around it.
Right. Yeah.
And so I tend to pull back into connection with my inner self. My work with Tina, my good friend, sister, Tina Beebe, and I work together daily.
Right.
With a group called We Are One.
Right.
Very high dimensional beings of light that are here to assist humanity with oneness.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Unity. This is where we're at right now, is the realization of we're not separate.
Right.
Okay, you might be having a flood over there, but I'm having a fire over here. Right. And we're both experiencing the same emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different element.
Yeah.
Same emotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same emotion. So we're the same. We all are this. We are one. We are one consciousness, having multiple experiences. It's a biggie to put your head around.
Sure.
But if you do the work, the truth just becomes a part of who we are.
Right. Very well said. Yeah, we integrate it. You know, we embody it. Yeah.
We can't understand it.
Right.
Not from here anyway. Up here we can.
Right. Right.
You know, and it's interesting, and that's the other thing, the way that the energies, the dimensions, when we start interacting with these interdimensional energies, we do feel, I do.
Yes.
The subtle differences with the mind and the divine mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, that's very good.
But it's not something that anyone can explain to us. It's in the experience.
Yeah, well, it's that's what channeling is. That's well said. You know, it's that vibrational shift where you know that the larger part of yourself, you know, your guides and all of that has stepped in, and you trust that. You know, you're receptive to that.
Well, it's the energetic river of love, I call it.
Yeah, well said. Yeah.
Well, I have to say that our guides gave that to me a long time ago.
Yes. Well, they're very, very eloquent that way, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Encouraging me to step into that river, and my being fearful of doing that.
But you've moved beyond those fears. You know, you're moving beyond those fears. Give yourself some credit there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm ready.
Yeah, good, wonderful, great. Yeah. All right. Well, do you want me to channel, or do you feel like you?
Please, I would love to connect with. We haven't connected these two energies for a while. Let's do it.
Okay, good. That's great. And if you want to bring your guides to the party, of course, that's fine too. You know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll put it out there to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so go ahead and everyone who's listening, go ahead, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Yeah, dear friends, here we go. One more time. A pleasure. Brenda, at long last. Hallelujah. God bless you, dear friend. What a beautiful soul and spirit, and what a great time in your life, dear friend. Yeah. bringing your light, as you said, the light and the dark there, the two beautiful wolves in your life, dear friend. Yeah, bringing light into loving the darkness and seeing that wisdom of humanity and Mother Earth, of the man and the woman, of everything being about harmony and balance. And absolutely not judging and not resisting. That's a great place of peace and trust and courage and receptivity. Yeah, so we sing your praises here, dear friend. What a joy. We'll bring our 7 stars down, touch the crown, take a deep breath. Down the 7 centers, crown, third eye, throat, heart center. Take a breath into the heart. Wonderful, loving, celebrating, honoring the realm of the heart, the river of love, as you said. So perfect, so beautiful. Take a breath into that. And down the will center, the sacral, the root, the hips, the legs, the feet. Down into Mother Earth, relax and release. Relax and release, relax and release. Wonderful. So friends, everyone, yeah, thank you. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Yeah, coming back into a place of peace and understanding that the presence of spirit is the light around you. And dear ones, it never interferes or impedes your free will. It responds rather to the invitation, as you know, to come into more conscious connection and to be a part of the energy here with you, to play with you and to co-create with you. So just take a breath into that love and light. Yeah, dear friends, and Brenda here, wonderful. Yeah, in these fires and floods and all of that, of course, you all know this, but just a reminder here, that people, of course, that are in the midst of that, they're in the greatest amount of change and the greatest amount of challenge. But yeah, the theme of change and the challenge that comes with changing, dear friends, of course, is the theme of the day here. And so if you're standing on the sidelines watching this from a distance, you have a great opportunity, absolutely, to, as you know, to bless those going through these great situations, yeah, great challenges, and dear friends, to keep letting your own life, as you will, be that place where change is welcome, where you're making peace with the increasing energies on the planet and in your life, and you're allowing these to be things that you're not, this energy here, not to be overly concerned about or indeed afraid of, but dear friends, to integrate it, as was said here, to open up to it. And absolutely, as you do this, as you allow yourself to do this, there is greater oneness, there is greater intimacy with spirit in many different identities and forms and fashions. But truly, the bridge of all of that, of course, is feeling and knowing that you are safe, loved, and supported, and that you are, in the right place at the right time, as you might say here, in your purpose and in your focus, dear friends, to allow life to work with you and through you, and not feel like you have to, do battle with yourself or with the world. So peace, as always, is going to be that place of power where the presence of infinite possibilities can reveal the perfect change, the necessary next step, the opportunity, as was said here, to be a light to the world and a light to yourself. Take a breath into that. Very, very good. So we welcome change into our lives, dear friends. We give thanks for the changes that are coming to us, and we declare and decree that these changes are all for the good, and that we are worthy and deserving of all that we desire, and therefore we can be a place of greater giving and of greater receiving. In love and in light, we let it be, and so it is. Take a deep breath.
And so it is.
Thank you. Thank you. So there you go, Brenda. Here we are. What a joy to reconnect at this time.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what's on your heart, dear lady? Do you want to chat about anything here in this situation?
Yes, the question just comes to me right now. There are so many in this now moment who are really needing help and guidance
Yeah.
and support,
Yeah.
and yet are still afraid, for whatever reason, to reach out and ask. And truly, from my own experience and knowing through that experience, unless we reach out, unless we accept that invitation,
Yeah.
We can't, our free will cannot be violated in any way.
Right.
So how do we humans that are on this path of attempting to fulfill our promises
Yeah.
for this lifetime,
Yeah.
help all those others that are on the brink?
Right.
And I know Lou asks this question.
Yeah, dear friend. Every day, everyone asks this question. How do I do this? Yeah.
Well, but what does humanity need in order to reach out?
Yeah. 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 Well, dear friend, it's a beautiful question, and you really come to it. That is the point. Of course, what humanity needs and wants is love, dear friend, simply put. And what the chaos and the crisis, whether it's personal or global, is inviting the free will of those individuals to remember is, as you said, that you can ask for help, that you do deserve the help. But you see the paradox here, yeah, is that you need to know that what you've asked for is in truth already yours. You see, it's that faith, yeah, that trust, that faith, that knowingness, that oneness, as you said, that what your heart calls you towards, you see, is freedom, dear friend, and love and peace and success and happiness and joy. So when things seem very wobbly or very threatening, those dreams and desires, they are all seen as irrelevant and an indulgence and a luxury, and there's no time for any of that. But the moment you get back on dry land once again, so to speak, here, or your heart will turn again to the search for happiness and joy and peace. So we're just saying here that as you're observing others going through these changes, paradoxically here, you can be grateful to know that they will get through it, grateful to know that this too will pass and all is well. And dear friend, you can be loving them and inviting them to let go of the struggle. That does help. That definitely does help. That's what we do over here, dear friend, you see.
Yeah.
We hold that space with you and for you, that you will come to a moment of letting go of the resistance. And in that nanosecond that the resistance is let go of, then help can begin to manifest as the experience that's wanted there.
Did you hear that, peeps?
Right, right. See, dear friend, it's really, as was said here, humanity is forcing itself to learn how to ask for help. And that's all right. That's part of the dance here on planet Earth. That's all right. But you see, sometimes it's at a high cost. And so that makes it, a bit more tragic, if you like, or a bit sadder, or a bit, poignant in that way. But at the end of the day, as we say here, no matter what people have gone through or experienced or survived or overcome, they are going to continue to feel these, as you've said here, new energies. That's why things are speeding up in this way, because it's clearing out, really, the unconscious emotional energy of the planet and of humanity. And so in the midst of what is really, relatively speaking here, a very small loss of life, we don't diminish it, but we say of all the energy that's moved. Very few people have actually passed over as a result of it. Some have, and that's their choice, dear friend. As always, everyone has a choice. Life and death are always a choice here. But you see, there's been much, much, much energy moved, and it's inspired people to open their hearts to each other. Wonderful.
Yes. And I do believe that out of those hundreds of thousands of people that are being affected by these earth movements, clearings, healings, that many are having and taking the opportunity to say, well, you know, we weren't all so happy in that big old house anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Maybe we should rebuild something new.
Exactly. That's the point.
And that is the message I would like to be received here.
Yeah.
Take that opportunity, even for a moment, to see it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
To release some of the sadness and the loss.
Yeah.
And to look from a new perspective.
That's right, dear friend. That's right.
Additional.
That's right, dear friend. As the indigenous people say in their great love and wisdom of Mother Earth and of humanity, they say, well, we want to take the next 7 generations into account. Well, that's going to begin to be more and more. The level of responsibility and thoughtfulness and integrity in relationship between humanity and the earth, where things are not, where denial is no longer the law of the land, thank goodness. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it's inviting, as you said, as you very well said, it's inviting new structures, first in thought and feeling, and then physically and in agreements, laws and policies and all of that, between people and between countries and whatnot, that are sustainable for the common good, that value human life and life itself, dear friends. Not any of that to be taken for granted from this moment forward, you see.
Yes. Yes. We're getting back, we're moving up the mountain back to the oneness and back to the essence. You and I have talked about this and in the past, Spirit. Back to Prime Creator's original the essence, the love
intent.
of that.
Yeah, absolutely. The word, yes, intent is the word we like here. To let go of attachments to illusions which no longer serve the greater good.
Yes. And we've forgotten what that is. But we do remember it. And those memories are those aha moments when we have an aha moment. It's a reconnection to maybe just a little piece at a time of that original intent, of that original essence of Creator's intent.
Right.
So,
different. It's that's well said. We just say here, it's just jump in here for a second. It is reclaiming, recognizing here is not even the right word, but remembering is better. That you are more of that spirit than you are the human self in the illusion of separation.
yes.
You see, and so when there is death, and when there is loss, and when there is fire and flood and famine and tragedy, then these are quite humbling. And this is quite, it takes away everyone's attachment to thinking that life has to be a certain way. And it gets you back thinking, how can I live in harmony with this world and with my needs and wants and with my brothers and sisters in this world in a deeper way? And dear friend, that's absolutely where the planet is going.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see, to celebrate, perhaps here, that this has been the most elegant way so far created and allowed for these groups of individuals who've been most personally affected by these experiences to begin to think outside of the box.
Yes.
Okay.
And elegant is a word I would use.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jared.
Sure. Yes, dear friend, you're very welcome. Yeah. You see, the corporations and the countries that at the moment have the power of the use of laws and resources and create policy, all of that, increasingly, we'd say irrevocably, they are being exposed to not be in alignment with the truth of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
we are being shown, we're being shown all of that very loudly,
right,
very clearly.
Right.
And so that there's no denying what's really going on here.
There's less denial, dear friend, because you see, as you said about the invitation and free will, we cannot make anyone, nor would we, but we can whisper, we can invite, we can remind, we can suggest. We do all of those things through your feelings, and you do those things through the universe responding to your vibrations. So the feedback is that humanity needs to, from our point of view here, come into a greater alignment to its love of and value for life itself, and it's a very important relationship, collectively and individually, to the life of Mother Earth, what she needs and wants in order to provide what you need and want.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you see, people can say whatever they like and make promises, and that's a lot of what's been happening here. And people say, well, okay, I'll just trust that because it's the most convenient thing for me to do. But now you see, as the
incongruencies.
Well, they become more confronting, and it's harder to live in that attachment to illusion called denial.
And then it brings us, humanity, to the point of, well, okay, this is what it is, and now it's time to get to work and change it. Right. What do we want? Right. We know enough about that, and that way of doing that probably promotes what we're not wanting anymore.
Well, different. You see, when the country here wants to be the sorry, we're interrupting there, but when the country wants to be the representative of morality and compassion and integrity, and yet people are left without medical supplies or water, and people are being divided racially and religiously and sexually and economically, then of course this is an old story in the world. It's called the ego, and when the ego runs the show, it's all very exciting for a little while until it all unravels, which it absolutely always does. So this is the process of all of that unraveling in this way.
And the interesting thing about it is, if we look back, all the way back, even to much of our ancient history that has been hidden from us, yes. We see the names and the players have the names of the players have changed, but not the story. We've played the same story again and again and again, and here we are now once again at this nuclear potential that has occurred in our ancient history. But we're having to take a look at it once again, the potential of it.
Well,
and will we make decisions again?
Right, dear friend, here's where we want to tell you that you are once again here, excuse us, safe, loved, and supported at all times and in all circumstances, unless you choose to believe otherwise. And so when we're inviting humanity to be more conscious of its ability as a spiritual being to ask for help and to receive that help, you see, then we're saying that it's yes, what you want is important, but what you believe is even more powerful. So if you say to yourself, I believe that we're going to get through this, that matters. That has an impact. Your prayers, your affirmations, your channeling, your writing, all of that, your conversations, all of that has a powerful impact. And you see, we just want to say here, the world is not coming to an end, but a way of being in the world is what is coming to an end.
Yes.
A way of being in the world that does, as you said, is an old story. And there are better stories in your ancient history with Atlantis and Lemuria and other stories as well. Shambhala and Camelot and whatnot, dear friend. There are many beautiful stories that have been outside of the purview of this modern world because of its own vibrational beliefs has made the learning of those things impossible. So, but now as all of this is changing, and you know it very well, dear friend, you're a part of this change. Now as all of this is changing, you can say, I believe that we can live in harmony and peace, and I believe we've done it many times, and I think that we can find the way in this time to learn to do it as well. Well, there we go, dear friend, you see.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. There's nothing happening in your reality that you do not have dominion over unless you choose to give your power away. You see, that's what these crises are really inviting, challenging, and forcing humanity to recognize that you cannot really fulfill your soul's purpose if you keep refusing to take your power back. So it's asking all of you to take your power back in this moment here.
And the easiest way to begin to do that is focus on what you want, what you really want.
Yes, and give thanks for it. This now, dear friend, this is my new agreement that I have enough, I am enough, there is enough, all is well for me and those that I love, and I am a clear and open channel for the love and light of all that is to express itself in, through, and as my life in new and wondrous ways. I am a conscious and joyous spiritual human being. I let it be, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Words to that effect, repeated with great enthusiasm. Yeah. And then you see, dear friend, when you're seeing the fires or the floods or the hurricanes or the threat of something, or this terrible shooting in Las Vegas, etc., and others in other parts of the world, you're being also personally challenged, every one of you. What can I do about this? How can I feel good about this? And so if you will bring the light of spirit to you and through you, and shine that light from your hands, your heart, your head, etc., upon those situations and bless those situations, these circumstances that are so troubling to my peace and my plans, I call forth the love and light of all that is to bless and to harmonize this situation for its divine purpose. Thank you. You understand?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Then you can feel good about it. You see, then you've done your part of the bargain there. Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody's calling somebody here. Yeah. All right.
Is somebody calling you or is somebody calling me?
It's okay by me. I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just take it.
Well, Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. Like that. We move some energy. Yeah, they're all calling in now. They're asking for more. There you go.
I know. Yeah, we said tell them to ask. They have to ask.
Exactly.
Okay. I think I don't know what happened.
Here, let me see if I can figure that out on
Okay.
the computer.
No, it was me.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. That's all right. We'll finish up. That was pretty good. We'll finish up here, yeah? Shall we?
Okay, cool, yeah.
All right, dear.
I think, yeah, that's a lot for people to take in, if you will, please.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah. Dear friend, you're really on it. You see, Brenda, it's a joy for us to chat here. We hope we do this again very sooner rather than later, yeah? Because you see, you are a clear and open channel. And dear friend, God bless you. You've built a bridge and you're getting over yourself, as we like to say. Wonderful. So you see, yeah, you find whatever way works for you, as you have and as you will. Same for our friend here. Whatever way works for you that allows you to move slowly and deliberately in the direction of where your heart is calling you. And know, K-N-O-W, that we're with you each and every step of the way, as you feel once again, as you know once again. And dear friend, that there is nothing but opportunity here. In the midst of great challenges is great change. We'll say again what we said at the outset. And these are the changes that the planet has called forth, humanity has called forth, and Spirit has agreed to. So as we say, you're never alone and you're loved unconditionally. How hard can it be? Yeah?
yes.
All right, dear friend. But no one's saving anyone. That's what just finished with that. There's no rescuing happening. You're all stepping into your power. That's the good news. How do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit.
You're welcome. So we'll leave you there. That seems like a good excuse to wrap it up here, dear friend. Yeah, perfect timing. Yeah, your love and light, dear friend. Your gorgeous heart, your compassion, your kindness, dear friend. You, Brenda, yeah, has touched the lives of many in your world, and it's just the very beginning, dear friend. You're well on your way. With all of our love, peace and blessings. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Look at Dano.
Yeah, right. We did it. There you go. Thank you. It's
all right.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
I'm hoping really everybody that this goes out to and touches really receives. I think this is a very, very important message for this now moment, and I hope it is received as it was intended.
Absolutely.
Deeply from our hearts to yours.
Absolutely. Well said, sweetie. Well said.
Namaste.
Namaste, darling. Much love. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Love you.
Okay, we did it. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye for now.